Spencer, this here post-race at Ohsweken Speedway, week number 3 for InsideTrackNews.com. I'm here with our 5th place finisher in crate sprint car action, my man Steve Lyons. The best finish you've eked out so far in 3 weeks of competition, my man. I try to tell you that the car looked good, and you sort of responded with the car looks good every week. It's just the driver that needed a little bit more seat time. Well, the driver looked pretty good tonight as well. 5th place finish. I mean, you got to be so happy with the way that this program has taken off for you in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, tonight was a great night for me. I didn't know what to expect going into that race. You know, I watched the 360s out there to look at the track, and I really don't know what to do with the car yet. I don't have enough experience. So I didn't really know even where I should be driving on the track tonight with the track slick, and I thought there was 2 places, either the very bottom or the very, very top, and I've never been to the very top yet. That's pretty tricky to do from what I can see, so I ended up on the bottom and then ended up kind of figuring it out a bit. They all tell me don't lift, so I didn't lift, you just ride the brakes hard and drove it a little bit like an asphalt car on the bottom.
When the track slicked off the way it did in the feature, was it radically different from anything you've experienced in the first 2 weeks of competition here?
Well, it was a lot like last week. Last week was super slick, and I just didn't know where to go on the track. I didn't know where to put myself. I was running safe in the middle, and it was just slippery and slow. So I finally got to the bottom tonight. This is my first time diving down into the bottom and keeping up some speed and momentum. So that was cool. I just had a good run.
When you're dealing with a slick track while driving a momentum-based car like what these crate sprint cars are, do you have to just completely change the way you approach things and the way you attack the track as opposed to if it was you know, tacky and hammer down?
Oh yeah, way different. Like tacky, hammer down, you're wide open, throw it in, you go sideways and just try to keep your momentum up and go as hard as you can, and you know, the back end usually has some grip and you can just slide around pretty fast. When it's like this, it feels like there's no traction in the back. Other than on the very bottom, but if you saw, I was just going so slow, the back wheels would stay behind the front wheels, and you kind of roll around like an asphalt car when you're that low on the bottom.
Now
you I saw, anyways.
That looked pretty accurate to me. I mean, we spoke earlier in the night, right after your hot lap session, before you'd even been out for the heat race, and you said, "Man, this is some of the most fun you've ever had in a race car." I mean, it really just seems as though you've taken to this division, you've fallen in love with the dirt racing here at Ohsweken. What is it about this class? What is it about this track that's sort of snared you and got you in the way it has?
It's a lot of fun. It's fun to drive one of these cars around the track. Even if you weren't racing, just go around for practice. It's a blast to try to drive this thing around the track. They're a handful. They're all over the track. It's different every time you go here. Every time you go out during the night, it changes. So it's a lot of fun, I guess. So it's not routine for me. No asphalt. Kind of do the same thing pretty well. And you know a setup that you're going to be so close, and when you go to a track, it's something different, which can be frustrating too, but it's just new and I'm learning, so it's really fresh.
I know that it's a slow process. It's baby steps every week, just trying to get a little bit better. But now that you knock down the top 5, obviously the next move is trying to get onto the podium. How close is this number 9 car to being ready to compete for a top 3 finish here?
Well, I don't know. My goal was a top 5. And I just got one, so that was amazing. After last week, my confidence was knocked down a bit. I finished second last, and this week I gained confidence. So confidence is on my side now, so we'll see what happens. You know, the other thing is the starting positions on this track mean a lot. It's really, believe it or not, tough to pass. You know, we're all very even. So, you know, I got to start near the front tonight, and I was able to hang on. Last week I started dead last, and it's hard to get around. But anyways, I have, you know, the confidence helps now.
I know that none of this happens without the guys at the shop, the guys that come out to the racetrack to help you, the marketing partners to help put it all together. Thank the folks that made this top 5 happen for you.
Yeah, Matt Bedard, my crew guy, he's awesome. He comes out during the week and helps work on the car. Got to thank him. He does a lot of work on the car with me. Jeremy Hughes has always been helping me at the track and during the week. And the whole Turner team, you know, they give me advice. Aaron Turkey, I park beside him, and he just lends me any advice he has. So, you know, these guys help me out. And then my sponsors, Creative Edge, lets me get out here with the car. Lyons Design, Swears Lawn Care, Image Factor, MSD Machine Tool, Ken Pro, they all help me out.
I appreciate the time. I mean, where can we follow you on Twitter? What's the Twitter account?
You ask me that every time, and
it's
I can't
at
remember.
Steve Lyons _9, I think.
Right?
Right? Yeah, okay. There you go. Go follow Steve Lyons on Twitter. Steve, all the best through the week. You know, go home and work on this hot rod, see what you can do, and we'll see you on the podium next Friday, maybe.
Well, that would be cool. Thank you.
There you have, folks. Top 5 finish in crate sprint car action. Steve Lyons here at Ohsweken.